entertainment, news, and politics. It's all right here with Michelle Meow.
Welcome back to Swirl Radio, your A through Z, covering the LGBT, LMNOP, and everyone in between show. I'm Michelle Meow, your host. I am so excited. Just before the break, we were speaking to Mama Mavis. She is our special guest tonight, and she's Shar Rednour's mom. This is so cool.
Yay! My mommy.
So everyone here on the show knows, Shar tickles me pink in so many different ways, so we've got a lot to cover in this
segment.
segment.
Part about the vagina hands and the penis hands.
I'm a very, very shy person when it comes to that, and there's a lot of things about sex that's unknown to me. I'm still exploring, I think. Mm-hmm. And so we have a lot to cover in this next segment. We've got your cookbook to cover. We've got sex questions that, Shar will answer, and also she's got her piggy bank, I see.
I got my piggy bag. Michelle loves my piggy bag. What's in the piggy bag?
So, Mama, do you know about the piggy bag?
I didn't know until we're getting ready to come down here.
So are you surprised?
Yes, I was.
Okay, first of all, here's Down Home Desserts. This is... Actually, I put it together. It's our cookbook. That's all my mom's really great cooking recipes. But I interview her, so all these awesome stories. Like if you like Mama's voice, and they're all in here. So
can you share with us maybe a recipe and maybe a story?
Well,
really
here
quick?
I'll just read. This is actually from Mom, but chocolate craziness. Some people say that chocolate is better than sex. Now you have to say this. This is my mom reading it. I wouldn't go that far, but I do know that chocolate is the best aphrodisiac. It smells better than asparagus, after all. And about those oysters, well, who would ever kept oysters in their purse at the drive-in picture show? Right there. That's me.
So what did you do with chocolate with your husband?
Oh, my gosh, Michelle.
Oh, my gosh. Now you are. Now, if your mother asked you to tell her something like that, would you have told her what you were doing with chocolate?
Yeah, I was eating it.
Oh.
Sorry, Mama.
Well, touche, Michelle.
I'm turning so red.
Show her how purple she is.
All right.
Well, I think that one of the things that's important also about my mother is I have my blog called Great Sex, Good Mom, and it was actually all my jokes about what I learned from great sex that made me a good mom, about, glue gunning, like a poor girl's pearl bra is arts and crafts, and then you get kids and you learn how to do arts and crafts differently. But one of the things I started thinking about was also just the ageism that happens, and about how in our culture, people will say, well, I don't want to picture my parents having sex. Well, it's like, well, guess what? I don't want to either. But the point is that's because we've withdrawn the sex out of mothers or parenting. How do you think that you got kids in the first place? And so actually, if we were a more holistic society and we accepted, everybody poops, everybody has to eat, people should be having sex and having intimacy, and it was a whole person, then you wouldn't have to get into personal questions. You would just honor that that's a part of a healthy marriage or a partnership.
Yeah, no, I love your response. I mean, again, like this show and Shar being on the show has really opened me up because I was being very ageist against my parents, and now, it's great. I go home and it's they share the fact that they still download and stream free porn on my computer. It's just not gonna end.
It's called a password, Michelle. You got to take care of that. That's technology.
Yeah, well, yeah. So, sex makes me. Yeah, that's how I feel about sex. Anyway,
well, I have another story going back to what you were talking about earlier. When I first came out, one of the things, and all the gay followers, please follow me so you don't get mad at my mom. What the point is actually about women. Is the first thing my mom asked me was, did I masturbate? And the reason that she thought of that, now that I do give sex advice to more than lesbians, I do give it to all the straight women and men as well, was that a lot of women, straight women, are not having a lot of orgasms. And so my mom didn't want me to think that I only could go get an orgasm from a woman. She wanted me to know that you could have an orgasm either by yourself or with a man or with a woman, and that that you didn't have to go become a lesbian to get an orgasm. And you didn't say it all that way, but that was what you first asked me.
That's true.
And I put all the rest in there, but that was kind of what you were thinking, right? Mm-hmm. Because you knew a lot of your fellow girlfriends that weren't pleasured by their men.
That never had one.
So, I mean, but I guess it would be weird, though, if you were to join Shar in a masturbate-a-thon, though, right? No.
Yeah.
Oh, Michelle. Ew. You made the people in the production booth ew.
I don't know. I thought we were being really open. Anyway, we got to move on to the piggy bag.
Piggy bag.
Yeah, so speaking of masturbation, I mean, you have all the tools down.
Yes.
To
and now
to the
you're
right
actually
tools.
starting to shock me because I don't think you've ever said that word before, Michelle. You're really moving forward with your sex
The
education.
masturbation.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't. You know,
You don't need to tell me when it was.
I've been under a lot of stress.
But aren't you
lately.
grateful that you don't have to go to one of these bad, like, raincoat kind of places that you used to have to go shopping back in the 60s? That's what people had to do.
Yeah.
Well, and who knows how to pleasure you better than yourself?
Right.
There you
So
go.
so
And
let's
more
find
pearls
out
of
what's
wisdom.
available to
let's
you.
give our viewers some tricks.
This is actually by a maker
tips.
called Pleasure Works. And, the piggy bag had some lint in it. And I wanted to bring this on the same day as my mom because nothing to do with my mother except for she likes things made in the USA. She likes for us to have some jobs.
That's right.
And this is by Pleasure Works. I'll hold it up. And this is made in the USA.
Great.
And it is called the Charm 2. And it is new. And I'm very aware of that. Like in Costco, I just bought my Christmas cards. I wanted to buy that.
So, but that doesn't move on its own or anything. It's just a
No, Michelle, it doesn't move on its own.
Or is it battery
You can put it
operated?
inside of you, or you can put it on a harness and use it on somebody else. Do you
Mama
want to touch
Mavis. She could touch it.
it? No. Do you want to touch it, Mom?
Does it have batteries?
No, it doesn't have that.
See,
Well,
every woman
see,
asks.
I like the ones with
Okay,
batteries.
can you guys just focus on the things? Can I go in the production booth, please, now?
Okay.
Do I have to stay behind the mic? Anyway, no. So Charm 2, seriously, though, this is also good for male anal pleasure, for female. And then the other one is called the Rookie. Do you feel like a rookie?
Is it because it's smaller?
Yeah. Okay.
Is it because it's smaller?
I don't know why it's called a Rookie, actually.
Oh.
Waterproof, silicone, healthy, and all that stuff.
Would you call that a rookie, Mama Mavis?
I think so.
Yeah. See, size does matter.
Size does matter.
yeah.
See, maybe you guys are the ones that named it. Now we know why.
I'm so sad, but we are at the end of our time, and we're running out of time. Mama Mavis, you've been wonderful here.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
She had some real pearls of wisdom, didn't she?
Do you want to leave us with maybe one pearl of wisdom before you go? Maybe something to leave us, queers here, or the LGBT community, the cool people who watch the show?
Well, I think a lot of people have the wrong idea because they think that you have multiple partners. And the ones that I know and have been associated with don't. You know, so it still comes down to get one true love, whichever.
Aw.
And whatever you want, and just always remember to make sure that in your mind that you're helping satisfy, and if you don't think that they're satisfied, ask them and tell them to tell you what you need to do.
Well, you've been amazing. You'll come back again? I think you should be a permanent fixture on our show.
But it'd be kind of far to go. I had a terrible time getting here.
And since it's the holidays, Shar, you've got a book out, an audio book that
Yes.
people can get.
Here's the print version of my book, and the new Audible book is out, audible.com, and I just have to say, as an artist, they treated me fantastic. My sample is free. You can listen to 3 minutes of it for free and hear how me reading, which not every author gets to, so I was very happy about that. It's very sweet.
And you've done really good with it.
Thank you.
Shar Rednour of Love, Life, and Sex, and our special guest, Mama Mavis.
Yes.
And now, we've run out of time. I know she's been the most amazing thing. But coming up, we've got, now I could say Mama Mia, Mia Macy of It's More Than a Feeling, It's All Things Mia, will be doing her segment live. So that's coming up all right after this.